Welcome to another exciting edition of Insurance Questions Podcast. Holy cow, Don, 168. Woo!
Woohoo, baby. I can't believe it.
God, you and your baby stuff again. So we are taping this a day ahead of time. So it is actually Wednesday, November 27th. I'm in beautiful Greenville, Texas. It's going up to 78 degrees today. And Donnie is in wonderful golden, what are you in, Amherst? Williamsville, somewhere out there.
Somewhere out there.
So all the comments and statements by Eddie Buffalo, Donnie Lowe, and our guests that'll be coming on, Bobby LaBelle, are purely for entertainment purposes.
So wherever you get your listen or view the podcast, whether it's YouTube, on our YouTube channel, or Spotify, Apple, Google, where the reference or the name of it is a depository, a podcast depository. So we're on 42 of them. So wherever you listen or view, please like, subscribe, share.
Hurry up, Don, because it looks like our guest is here knocking on the door.
All right, cool. And just know that we appreciate you. Hit the fan mail button to correspond with us for ideas for future episodes. And thank you very much. We appreciate you.
You hardly say anything, but when I tell you to hurry up, be gone forever.
I could keep going if you want. If you're having technical difficulties.
No. Where'd he go? He was there a second ago. There he is. Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the podcast stage, Mr. Bobby LaBelle. Hi, Bobby. How are you, buddy?
Good, man. Thanks. How you doing, Eddie?
Hello. Nice to finally meet you. And that's Donnie Lowe on the screen also.
The real Donnie Lowe.
The real Donnie Lowe.
Donnie Lowe. That's correct.
Nice, man. Nice.
Let me ask you, where are you coming from this morning? Are you in Tennessee or are you in Buffalo?
I'm in Buffalo. I'm in Williamsville.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's going to be 25 degrees by Saturday. 28 degrees.
What are you guys, neighbors or something, Donnie?
We're probably not too far from each other.
What do you guys play pickleball together? Is that one of your pickleball buddies?
Pickleball. I just got a new mallet or whatever.
A pallet? Paddle. A paddle.
Now, Bobby,
I played it for my first time.
Oh, really?
Donnie gets all snobby because he's a tennis guy and he says, I don't play pickleball ever. No, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, I don't get snobby.
See how he is?
I don't get snooty or snobby.
Yeah. I just acknowledge that I suck at both. No snobbiness,
Well, the key is, do you have a good time when you're playing?
I had a great time. Good. And if I'm playing with really good players, I'm like, they got to put up with me. They got to, but I was just in Turks Caicos playing for my first time.
Oh, wow.
And they were great players, players that they have nothing to do. They're wealthy people. They have nothing to do all day. Practice pickleball and stuff. I'm like, man, if you guys can put up with me, I'm going to try. By the end of the set, I was calling myself Bobby Dominator. I got like 2 good shots. But you don't play pickleball, Don?
I just play tennis.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's not. I'm not against it or anything. I just play tennis. That's it.
Yeah, I got you. That's cool.
Yeah. So since we're talking about pickleball, did you happen to hear about or see that video of a pickleball tournament in Mexico?
No.
So
he's asking for a reason.
Yeah. After the match ended.
Swear to God, it wasn't me.
No. They, how they approach the net to say good match, whatever. So one guy's paddle, I don't know if the opponent touched the paddle and it fell or whatever. So when the guy went to pick it up for him, the opponent kicked him in the head.
Oh.
And he knocked him unconscious.
Holy crap.
It's like, oh my God. Something within the match, I guess, must have happened. And it's like, oh my God. Then the guy was knocked out. Crazy.
Wow. You shouldn't make assumptions. Don't make any assumptions. The intentions of your opponent are, my God.
I know.
That's crazy.
I know it is.
So Bobby,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
so glad to meet you. We've had Billy on 3 times and Jessie on last week, and they have
good.
nothing but great things to say about you. And
Oh.
after looking at your bio for the MOB website, let me pull it up here for everybody to see. I really enjoyed reading about all the things that you have done.
Mhm.
And the crazy thing I want to ask you, first of all, how did it feel now, being inducted twice in with your band, The Road, and then by yourself? Are you the only one that's happened to so far?
No, Jessie and Billy are both double inductees.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because Jessie was inducted. I think she was inducted for her band Actor. I think they were inducted, but I don't know. I'd have to ask her. I'll see her tonight at rehearsal.
Oh,
But
that's
Billy was
fantastic.
definitely Billy's a two-timer, and a few of my other friends are two-timers because we were part of certain bands that were very big in Buffalo, and those bands would usually get inducted. And then later on, I got inducted as a solo artist. So yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, there's the bio. I haven't seen this in a long time.
Mhm. Yeah.
Green
So
Mountain
I,
Boys.
I always make sure we're prepared for our guests. We want to make you look as good as we can, Bobby.
Hey,
And
that's what it's not about
yeah.
content.
right. So I see you're just like Billy. You have a guitar in your hand. He usually has a bass in his hand when we interview him. Yeah. What are you playing
Yeah.
today? What do you got there in your hands?
Oh, this is a unique. It's a James Trussart.
Okay.
It's got a metal top on it.
Oh, that's pretty.
And
Wow.
yeah, I'm gonna try it for a few of the Christmas songs at the Christmas show. But as a rock guitar, it's not really, I don't consider it's like a surf guitar. It's a takeoff on a Fender Jazzmaster.
Oh yeah.
That's nice.
That kind of stuff. Yeah. So it's cool. Usually I'm playing a couple of strats when I'm like today I'm teaching 8:30 in the morning till about 7 tonight.
Mhm.
Then we've got rehearsal till probably 10. It's a busy day. And usually I play a Fender Strat because it's so light and it's so comfortable. I can sit all day with students and work, but then I got to change it up quite a bit where I have like a banjo student tonight, 2 ukulele students.
Oh, wow.
I stopped teaching drums because it's just a pain in the ass and they all want to come in the evening and it's just loud as hell. And I just want to process. And I'm a basic drummer, Ringo, so I like to stick to guitar, mandolin, banjo, all that kind of stuff. But it is a Trussart.
Let me ask you this, Bobby. So if you're playing a different genre of music, do you tend to go towards a different maker? Because for me, if I'm playing heavy metal, I like using my Ibanez because I can beat the hell out of it and I know it's going to take it.
Yeah.
If I'm playing something, a little bit nicer, I go to my Gibson that I have behind me. I don't know if you can see it behind me there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's a Les Paul of some variety.
Yes. And I also have the other guitar that I brought with me to Texas is my Randy Rhoads Flying V that I just think it's just cool as hell. I've always enjoyed it. So
Can you play it sitting down?
What's that?
Can you play it when you're sitting down?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Cool.
That's hard to do. It's funny that you asked me that. That is kind of difficult to do. But I have about 12 more sitting back in Buffalo that need to come to Texas with me.
I can take care of them for you. We'll give them a home.
I'm sure you could.
How many guitars do you have?
It's about 20.
Oh,
And
I see.
yeah, I could spin around, but there's 2 basses. Well, one is a baritone guitar, 2 ukuleles, 2 mandolins, a banjo, a pedal steel guitar, piano and a variety of amps. Yeah, I love pedal steel guitar. I just don't have the time to get good at it.
Mm-hmm.
But what an amazing instrument! 10 strings and the things you can do. It's very cool.
Now, I have a selfish question to ask you because when I was reading your bio, I saw that you did commercials. Did you do the Darien Lake Fun Country? Is that you?
We did Come Share the Good Times. Ba, 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 ba. Come on and have a wild time. I did that. Wow, we did that in the 80s.
That's awesome.
And we were performing on it. It was my trio called Lebel. That was about 1983.
Mhm.
And it featured my friends from New Milford, Connecticut, Gary Tracy and Danny Sawyer. And yeah, we did that one. It was a lot of fun. And we were gigging.
Look at that little angel you got in your arms there, Bobby.
Oh, that's Vienna. She is
Cutie.
she's 12. No, she's 13.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Time goes
12.
fast. That's sure, Bobby.
Yeah,
You
it's
know.
crazy. I don't know what all that stuff is. Who are those people?
Oh, there you are with our friend Jessie.
Oh yeah, at the School of Rock. Yeah.
Yeah, I was outnumbered having two Sicilians on the screen. They're beating up on this Polish Irish fella.
That's right.
Hey, that's all my cousins in Turks Caicos.
That is very
nice.
cool.
Well, friends, yeah, it was a fantastic time. Okay,
Good for
These
you.
are great pictures.
Oh,
These are
Todd
great
Rundgren's
pictures.
studio.
That is
Yeah, that was
awesome.
Yeah, Todd's studio, that was his home, was about 100 yards from that cabin in Bearsville, New York. And it was a great big cabin. He cut a lot of the Utopia records there.
Oh,
And
did
then so yeah, and I knew the sound man and his manager, and he said, "Hey, we're going out on tour. We need a drum tech." I was probably 24 years old. I said, "Well, no thanks. I'm moving to Buffalo to be a big rock star and join the road."
That's amazing.
I did. I moved, and then after that shot, I moved to Buffalo on December 8th, 1980, which was the day John Lennon was taken out.
We were seeing that. Now, I just noticed this myself, that the two friends that we're friends with are Jessie Galante and Jeff Myers. Did you give his son Declan any type of guitar training or anything like that?
No, I think, is he a bass player?
I think he does both, because he actually went to school with my Allison at Performing Arts.
Oh,
Wow.
And he used to always, I remember always seeing from freshman on, he was always playing guitar. I can't remember him playing bass at school anyways.
Yeah, I thought he took
And
up bass.
he's still on tour with Lizzo, right? The last I heard anyways.
Yeah, I haven't seen
Not
Jeff
Lizzo. I forget who it is, but yeah. I haven't seen Jeff in a while either, to be honest with you.
So
you're looking at the Kim Mitchell guitar.
It's very nice.
Yeah, that's
gonna make me want to spend more money there, Bobby.
Oh yeah, well, hey, what's one more?
I know, right?
Bobby, did you ever talk with Billy about, I guess, the night that or the day that you moved to Buffalo? Did you ever talk to Billy about the significance of that?
Yeah. Yeah. He was playing at what was called Stage 1.
Right.
It was Transit and Main Street, right at the corner of Transit and Main. Now it's called something else. Oh no, it's not even.
I think it
ended up being a strip club after a while. It's right across from Salvatore, right?
Yeah, it was cool. I needed the extra money, so it was good working the strip club.
Hey, and Bobby's a hard-working guy. Whatever he needs to get done, you know.
Hey, yeah. Just show up with singles, 510s, whatever. Right across the street, the Road was playing, and that's where I went on that night. The Road was at the Salty Dog, right across the street from where Tallis was playing, and U2 was the opening act for Tallis that night.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, I talk about the Salty Dog with Billy all the time, every show he comes on, because to me, that takes me back to 16-year-old Eddie Bednarz going to the Salty Dog to watch Tallis when it's usually snowing, and Billy always bitching about the stairs at that place.
Oh, you're thinking of the Sky Room.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He was playing at Stage 1. Did I call it the Salty Dog?
Yeah,
no, you said the Stage 1, but then you were at the Salty Dog with the Road.
Gotcha.
I thought it was the Salty Dog. Maybe it was a different club.
Okay.
It might have been a different club. My memory is faded. That's 44 years ago.
It seems like yesterday, but it seems like a long time ago. I'm right.
Yeah, it's crazy. I guess in hindsight, time travels fast. When you're young, it's all ahead of you. And that 6 months feels like 6 years, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
So you were in the Road with Ken Kaufman, right?
Ken Kaufman. He's coming here tonight. He's on the Mob Show.
Oh, great.
Yeah, Kenny. I learned so much from Kenny about, you know, playing over changes and stuff like that. Oh, what happened now? Oh, we're
He
going
wants to pull up the Musicians of Buffalo, the MIUB Christmas concert.
Yep. So Kenny will be on that show. He'll be playing piano, and we have a dedicated B3 organist. Bruce
wow.
is going to be playing. Yeah. So it'll be very cool. And then 6 horns. It's a big band, 16-piece band. We've got 25 musical guests, and School of Rock. Some of those kids are going to come and sit in. And so as musical director, I used to laugh. I said, Billy said, "Hey, do you want to be musical director of this thing?" I said, "You don't want to do it, do you?" He said, "Well, I'm 3,000 miles away, so I get it. I totally get it. You know, but it's, you know, it's a lot of responsibility because we have a certain standard, and the gold standard is to get up there and everybody be great. You know, and I don't want to put anybody who's not ready up there. You know, especially playing with Billy. You know, they got to be on point on their game and stuff. But so excited! I'm really excited about this year's show.
Oh, that's wonderful. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, you're gonna be there?
Yes, I am going to be there. I was going to see if you could come up from Texas.
Yeah, you gotta retrieve those guitars, man.
I know, right? Yeah, the thing is, I don't want to drive back. I'll fly one way and then bring everything back with me, I guess. Yeah.
In a car. Wow.
Now, let me ask you about this. I thought it was interesting that you're actually a Gresh artist. Do they supply you with guitars, or do you do shows? What do you do?
It was like a sort of a, not even a sponsorship. They would have various artists who were active with Gretsch on the website. They have since taken everybody off. For a while, they even took Chet Atkins off the website, and I'm like, my God.
Wow.
But yeah, they got rid of all the local guys that were on there. But I had an association for quite a while with Gretsch, which is now Fender, owned by Fender. But I would get instruments at dealer price. That was the extent of my deal.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and a lot of my friends who have deals like that. A drummer I work with in Nashville has a cymbal arrangement. It's just dealer cost that he gets. So, but you know, you got to keep your.
Do you like playing the hollow body guitars?
Yeah, quite a bit. I had a 335 Gibson years ago, but 20, 30 years ago, and it had a solid block in the center, as they do. They're not completely hollow. And I felt like I was playing like an SG or a Les Paul. I felt like I was playing a solid body guitar. You know, because essentially it's solid with the wings are hollow. Died in the wool rock guy where I play only Marshall. Because, you know, I've done the rockabilly and I play with country bands sometimes. And for the chicken picking, I really need a Fender amp. And with a good Klon pedal, I really get everything I need out of this. Like my super reverb is the middle head there. And that I'll be using at the Christmas show. It's a 65 with a 68 face. And it's a sweet amp. Yeah, and I can get all of my clean chicken picking stuff. And so I'll be investing in the Tone Master Pro by Fender. It's their version of the Helix. Yeah, it's their version of the Helix. And I want to go to in-ears for the guitar. I need to.
So you pick with your hands, not with their actual pick?
Yeah, well, sometimes, I'm just, just fingers, with a.
Because for me, I really prefer the metal picks.
Oh, really? You don't like?
I always say no. I'm heavy-handed. It's like I'm beating the crap out of my guitar.
So are you like downstrokes a lot? Heavy metal. Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I was a heavy metal kid. I think my favorite show ever was Fastway opening up for Iron Maiden, who was opening up for Judas Priest. To this day, I mean, look at Fast Eddie Clark was fantastic.
Wow.
But and it was at the Old Odd.
Wow.
I saw a lot of shows back then. And it's funny when you played all these different places. Is there any place that in your mind's eye that you really liked playing a lot?
That I really like playing. In Buffalo, the two places I really enjoy playing with a country band, I love going and playing with the Twang Gang over at the Sportsman's.
Oh,
Nice, nice.
And it's funny because they're about half the volume we are, and I can hear everything. I can hear all the vocals, and it's really nice. And playing through a 25-watt amp, they say, "Hey, you gotta take it easy, Bobby. Let's not get crazy volume. I got a 20-watt amp here. I don't think I'm going to hurt anybody, but it's really fun." And then Babeville, we discovered last year how much we love playing there. Billy, Jessie, and I had an amazing time, and it's due to the venue, the quality of the production that they have set up. Their PA is hung up; it's not on the deck. They've got a guy that knows how to do monitors. They got the best sound man in town. There's 3 great, and they have one of the great ones. And the staff is amazing. So those are a couple of places. I have not played the Ryman. I really want to play there.
Where's that at?
Ryman it's the Ryman Auditorium, the Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah, and near Nashville.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Never
you're
played
right. How much are you in Tennessee?
I go like quarterly. We're recording. We're cutting what I think will be an album. We probably got about 14 tunes done, and we gave it a name. It's a trio, and it's my friend from Buffalo, Mike Caputi, who used to be with Rick James, and he's toured with Mike, the guy that did Dust in the Bottle and I Swear. I don't want to say his name wrong, but John Michael Montgomery might be his name. And he was a great artist, and he toured with him, and the bass players toured with a lot of people. And, they're a little older. They don't want to tour so much. They want to stay home a little more often. And now we're doing this trio called the Tonky Hunks.
That's awesome.
I love it.
Tonky Hunks. And it's just Americana. It's just real fun Americana, and some rockabilly, which is cool. I just love that stuff. And these guys are groove monsters. My Lord in heaven. Michael's my favorite drummer. He's awesome.
Nice.
And Elton Huff, who plays with the Mob. So I'm really blessed to be able to play with all these great musicians.
Is rockabilly? Awesome. I'm sorry, Bobby. I was going to ask you if rockabilly, is that what like your biggest influence when growing up, or?
Yeah, it was huge. Elvis Presley, That's All Right, Mama. My family, they were all dairy farmers, as a matter of fact, in Vermont. So my dad's side, he had 6 siblings, all of them dairy farmers in northern Vermont. My mom was from northern Vermont. She came from a family of 16 kids. Yeah, like Groucho Marx would say, "Hey, lady, I love a good cigar, but I take it out of my mouth once in a while."
They needed another hobby, Bobby.
Yeah. Hey, we got a hobby. Let's make a Bobby. Yeah.
Hey, maybe I can write a song about that. Bobby is my hobby.
Oh, yeah. My hobby is my Bobby. You go a lot of places. I think it needs to be written. Yeah. But anyway, they were huge Elvis fans. And as a little kid, I was like 4 or 5 years old, and we'd go to the drive-in and see the latest Elvis movie. But by that point, by the time I was 4 or 5, we were living in Connecticut. My parents left Vermont and headed down south to Connecticut. But we were still dairy farmers. And so I just love the whole culture. I'm kind of giving away my age a little bit here. Being an Elvis fan,
That's great.
What part of Connecticut were you in, Bobby?
Northwestern. It was a little town called New Milford. At the time, it was 15,000 population, and about 12 miles north of the bigger city of Danbury. And we were an hour and 20 minutes from New York City. So I played New York City clubs a lot. I was about 18, 19. We'd go into the city and play CBGBs. Gildersleeves was a great one. And then, it was like crazy. And then these guys were expecting, we'd go in, and we were kind of polished. We rehearsed. They were expecting punk rock and stuff like that. These clubs.
Awesome.
Hey, what punk do you do? And
yeah. So I spent a lot of time in New Haven. I used to travel for business there, around the Yale campus.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful area.
Really? Yale. I saw Led Zeppelin in August of 1970 at Yale.
That's incredible.
Wow.
Oh man, Led Zeppelin 3 was not out yet, but they had just finished. They had just were wrapping up the record, but they were going out to do a tour. They needed money, you know. And it was cool because they were still young and kind of on fire. You know, they hadn't gotten into a lot of drugs yet. You know, it's still 1970.
Yeah.
And I just loved them. I was a huge fan. Loved them.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Incredible band.
And they did a 3-hour show.
Wow.
And they ran out of material. They did their first 2 albums, and they did a couple of things from Led Zeppelin 3, and people like, what? They did Immigrant Song. Open the show.
That's awesome.
Like, what the
That's
hell is
awesome.
that? Yeah. And then they ran out of material. Then they started playing Elvis covers, and they're doing
Really?
Baby Let's Play. Yeah.
Imagine, I would love to hear this if this was available. You know, everybody would, I think.
I bet you there's bootlegs of them on YouTube because they did it all the time. And they said, and they were huge Elvis fans because you look at the timeline.
Yeah.
It's so funny. So funny
Oh.
how, you know, Elvis kind of fostered them towards getting into their heavy metal kind of vibe. They were one of the first heavy metal kind of bands.
Yeah. Wasn't Jimmy Page in Yardbirds for a little bit,
Yes.
right?
Yep. 66 to 68.
And their influence was blues too, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe, but Elvis too, for sure.
Yeah. Elvis, Elvis had so much of the African American influence in his voice and stuff. And you know,
From gospel.
Oh my God, could he sing gospel? His movies sucked, but I say that word on this. But you know, he sing Elvis, you leave out the first syllable of every word. You know, I'll be true to you. You know, that last word, last syllable gets, you know, consonants are history. But yeah, all great stuff. But Clapton left the Yardbirds because he said, "Hey, I joined a really cool blues band, and now they want to start doing For Your Love." You know,
Yeah.
For Your Love, which was written by Graham Gouldman from 10cc. That's so weird. Small world.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he said, I wanted to be in blues band. I'm out. So they got Jeff Beck because Jimmy didn't want to give up playing sessions. And it's pretty cool. I love Jeff. Jeff is my favorite rock guitarist.
Oh,
I mean,
he's phenomenal.
But he took it to, you know, the guy, his whole life, he was a student of the instrument, and he just kept at it, you know, while everybody else is like, by the age of 25, said, I'm done learning, you know, rest on my laurels. He worked and worked. Oh, we got something else.
I want to put it back up there. I ended up getting stupid messages for some people. I had to take that down. So it's never ending, Bobby. You know?
Eddie, I got insurance questions. Okay.
Oh, whoa, you do? Because did Jessie tell you about that? So
no, she didn't. I didn't get a chance to talk to her. She said she had a lot of fun on the interview. I saw her last night for rehearsal. We got rehearsal.
So Billy was on 1997 and 163 of our show. He's a 3-timer. And the first time he came on our show, I said to Billy, I go, listen, you got one job. A couple days before, just come up with an insurance question. He goes, okay. So he gets on the show. I go, so Billy, do you have any life insurance question? He goes, nope. And I'm like, and then he's like, but I heard it's good.
He cracks me up.
Oh my God.
Oh man, what a great guy.
It's like,
I'm so glad he asked me to do this mob thing. I'm really glad he asked me. I thought we'd be switching people every year, but Jessie and I quickly morphed into, we pretty much put together an organization pretty quickly, and trying to grow it. And it's hard to grow it when you have no money, because we do the show, we do some good grosses, and we give all the money away.
Mm-hmm.
People are like, hey, how come you guys don't do radio spots or this or that? I'm like, well, we're broke. We give it all away, you know.
And she was already saying that next year you're going to have a real big show, being the 10th year.
Yeah.
So I'll come on and I'll sing a Little Town of Bethlehem in Polish. Dzisiaj Bethlehem, Dzisiaj Bethlehem.
I think we're busy that night.
Oh, that's nice. You got to teach it to us.
I know, right? I gotta learn the rest of the words. Who we kidding?
That's
Yes.
Polish.
Yes.
Oh man,
Yes.
that's cool.
So,
So what's your
Have you been-
question?
well,
Do you
I
have
don't
an
have any
insurance question?
questions. Yeah.
So you've been to Poland, Eddie?
No, I would like to go, to be honest with you. I've actually been taking lessons, and it is a very difficult language just because the dialects are so different in different parts of Poland. I mean, like when my grandfather came over, he came over as a Russian because the town that he was living in was occupied by Russia at that time. He was just happy to be here. They even spelled their name wrong. So, but you hear a lot of stories like that.
Yeah, I heard Prague is just amazing. One of my students teaches law. Once a year, he goes to Prague for a month and teaches law. And he's a Harvard guy. He's
That's
really
cool.
smart. Yeah, I watch what I say in front of him because he's so smart. He's going to figure out I'm full of BS. No.
Aren't we all? We're from Buffalo.
Yeah, I get a little nervous around really smart people. Like, oh my God, I can't BS my way through anything. With this guy, But he says it's just the most unbelievable city. And at the time last time he went was several years ago, and he says everything's just economically accessible and stuff like that. So,
Yeah,
really
I've heard
cool.
the same thing. A friend of mine went this year, and it's a beautiful city, and people are so friendly.
Oh man, that's awesome. Now I asked Billy what's the coolest place he's ever been to, and hands down he says Singapore.
Really?
And then then my wife and I watched a documentary on it. It's pretty amazing. They have a department in the government. It's like for health and happiness, so that the citizens are taken care of. They're given financial incentives to exercise, eat healthy. They don't even allow half the crap we eat in this country in Singapore. It's crazy. So anyway, I want to throw that in. Make it sound like
awesome.
I've been.
That's awesome. Well, Bobby, I'm so glad we could finally hook up and get you on the show. I know we were going back and forth a little bit together, but you're welcome back anytime. It was a pleasure having you on and finding out a bunch of things. Everybody, if you're in the Western New York area on December 14th, go see Bobby, go see Jessie, go see Billy and all their friends at the MIUB, Musician of Buffalo Christmas Rocks concert. And I'm with you, Bobby. Babeville is beautiful, and I love the grotto downstairs. Whether you drink or not, you got to go down and check it out. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So for like we end every show, if you like hanging out with guys that are just like us, this is the place to be. Insurance Questions Podcast for your buddy Eddie Buffalo, Donnie LaFaso, and our guest, BABEVILLE. Remember, folks, life's worth living. Be good to yourself. And what we always say about Bobby.
That's right. Keep fighting, but I keep
fighting,
rocking.
baby. Life's worth it. So
nice. Thanks for having me, man.
Everybody have a great day now. And happy Thanksgiving, everyone. This is actually our Thanksgiving show. We didn't even say anything about Thanksgiving. So everybody enjoy your turkeys and your family. Be safe, everyone. Take care.
Ciao and arrivederci.
You and your arrivederci.